Okay. Hello. I'm doing things a little differently, trying out different video format, so bear with me. So I wanted to show you what we have so far with the costume that I'm making for my daughter this year. If you don't know, I'm going to explain. Every year our local library has a FanCon event they do in January. And I usually start making her costume, because my daughter wears a costume every year to it, usually around September, and try to get at least most of it done, a good amount of it done, in time for her to wear it for Halloween as well, so it pulls double duty. Great, right? Only we didn't get started on the costume this year until like a week before Halloween, which didn't give me a whole lot of time. But I mean, we got enough of it done that she could, it worked out okay. So I'm just going to show you what we've been doing so far. First off, the idea was for a forest elf costume, which was pretty much inspired by going through my fabric stash and seeing, hey, I've got a lot of green fabric, maybe I should use it up, right? But before getting started with that, we went to the thrift store where I purchased a green dress, which I don't have a very good picture of the before of it yet, but here. I say dress loosely because it was more like a romper with a split skirt, so it had built-in shorts originally, but which we liked at first, but then we realized, okay, we don't like the shorts after all, so I cut them out. I'll show you some more what I did to it a little bit, but I also bought this top, which is actually really, really soft material, by the way, which you will wear under the dress, basically. I mean, it doesn't look that elf-ish as is, but trust me, with the dress it worked. Oh, it's windy today. I also bought, we haven't used it yet, but again, we're still working on this, it's a work in progress. It's this really pretty belt buckle. Actually it was part of a belt, but we didn't like the belt, we just liked the buckle, so I cut it off. So that may or may not be used. We're not entirely sure, I admit, but yeah. So that was great. And then because I needed some trimmings and things, I went to its local fabric store called SAS Fabrics. It's more like a discount fabric store, but they have so much stuff there and prices are really great. So I went there and I bought a bunch of vinyl material because I don't use leather, and we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff with that. I actually used some of it already for some shoes that I'll show you in a little bit that, well, need some work. I bought, it's this trimming stuff I put it on the dress, and again I'll show you in a bit, but I need to stop saying that. And this one I actually used I made a cloak to go with some of my green fabric because, using it up, and put some of this on. As you can see, I bought way more than I needed, but hey, I might need more of it later, depending on how things go. And while there, I also bought these, really ridiculously cheap sewing machine needles with bobbins, so why not? And somehow I got this idea I would need the zipper, and so far I haven't needed it yet, but again. Okay, so that's done. Oh, right, before I get to anything else, I actually had a birthday recently, and I wanted to show off what my daughter got for me. First off, this necklace. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but it's beautiful, right? Also, this rose pen that actually, for the time being, we're using for her cloak until I make another one. I'm going to make another one, but you won't see it till part 2. I'm not going to give away any details about it, but it's going to be amazing. And, oh yeah, and a thing of Pringles because I love potato chips. And of course, I've already eaten them. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to show you the cloak, if I can find it. I think it's a little wrinkle. I'm going to need to... I got a clothes steamer, so I don't have to iron anymore. Yay. So it consists of... Oh, here, let me put this. It's made of, it's 3 rectangles, all the same like width, but the different lengths. The hood and this layered over part are actually the same length. And then of course the 3rd rectangle for the actual cape part, whatever you want to call it. That's basically 45 inches by the hood, and the over part were 20 inches by 45. And then I cut the larger rectangle, 45 by, was it 50 inches? My daughter's tall, so we needed it kind of tall. Anyway, so like I said, I used the trimming to, I made these little swirly things because I thought keep it simple and yet beautiful. And although I admit I messed up on this. And here's the lovely rose pen that I mentioned that my daughter gave me for my birthday, yay! Which actually works really well with it, I thought. So anyway, it looks much better on my daughter, trust me. So I'm gonna set that aside here. Okay. Okay, so this is what I did with the dress, though. Like I said, it had shorts originally. I cut them out, and it looks so much better with that. We added the trim that I got from SAS, and she needed a little bit more give in the back, so that's part of why I got the zipper. I thought maybe we could add a zipper. But in the end, I decided, no, I'm just opening it up in the back, and it's going to be it's just open in the back instead. Because honestly, that was easier, and I thought it might look nice, but in the end, it doesn't matter because it's covered by her cloak. So she actually wore this to trunk or treat with some friends of hers, and got a lot of compliments. So I hope that means something. And the last thing was I found a tutorial, I will include the link, for was basically Ice Age shoes. This one got a little squished, but and so it has these really detailed instructions for making them, although you're supposed to use leather, but I just used the vinyl. And I mean, they look kind of nice, but they wound up kind of thin, like no soles. So I have an idea to fix that by basically adding more layers and sewing them on. And it might not look quite as what I intended, but they will probably be a lot more comfortable for my daughter, so that's important too. But save that for later. So pretty much she wore that with the white shirt, like I said, and leggings for Halloween, and it was a big hit. But yes, we definitely have more to go before it will be ready for FanCon. But luckily I have at least a couple of months to do that. So anyway, I'm not sure how well you could hear me all that time, but so hopefully I'll come out with part 2 sometime about mid-December, and that is if I don't get too busy preparing for Christmas, of course, and New Year's, but well, we'll just see. Anyway, thank you for watching, and well, if I don't see you before that, happy Thanksgiving. Bye!